Today on Eagle Nation News, it looks like we have a show all about nature. First up, we stop by the PHS plant sale. Next up, we buzz by a local beekeeping organization. And finally, we check in with the JV1 girls softball team. All this and more on today's edition of Eagle Nation News. Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. I'm Isabel Moulter.
And I'm Bradson Swick, bringing this week's stories. ENN starts right now. Welcome back, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us again here at Studio 301.
Today is April 17th, and for today's weather, there is a low 66 and a high of 86, with the humidity getting up to 67% and the UV reaching 8.
Isabel, I have to say, this weather is getting pretty nice and perfect to spend time outside, so hopefully it stays like this going into our 4-day weekend.
Yeah, exactly, and this long weekend is the perfect time to finalize all your prom plans. Our student council is in studio with more.
Thanks, Isabel. Prom is coming up in just 2 weeks on May 3rd from 7 to 11 p.m.
Juniors and seniors, buy your tickets today by scanning the QR code on the screen.
The dance will take place at the Marriott at Legacy in Plano.
There will be food, casino-style games, and a DJ, so make sure to come for a great time. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, guys. The theme for this year's prom is a night on the bayou, so there should be lots of fun buzzing around.
That's right, Bradston. And speaking of buzzing, one local bee company is handling a different kind of buzz.
Callie Swick suited up to find out how this company is putting a unique spin on traditional removals.
As people recognize the value of bees, many now turn to local beekeepers, opening doors for a long-standing local bee company.
My family has actually been beekeeping since back in the 80s, and so my dad actually started back in 2000 removing honeybees from people's houses when they would get into places they shouldn't be. And then in 2014, I kind of followed in his footsteps and branched off of what he was doing and started Home and Hive.
This family-owned and operated business stays busy during the spring season, as this is the time of year where bees come out of hibernation and start to create their hives.
Monica honors her father's legacy through eco-friendly bee removal, always choosing to safely relocate rather than exterminate.
The companies that do exterminate, they really don't have the setup to be able to keep the bees. You know, you need to have the equipment, you need to have the land to keep them on, and the know-how to do the beekeeping and desire to. And so it kind of just went perfectly with our business structure to be able to offer live removals.
I didn't know how important they are to humanity, and how we should be protecting them and keeping them safe and making sure that we're not bothering them and we're not exterminating them.
Staying true to her family's roots has paved the way for new growth and opportunity.
We had customers that were so happy with the level of service that we brought, and so we expanded into what we call pollinator-minded pest control. Pest control and live bee removal used to kind of be opposing to each other. It was either exterminate or live removal. It's pretty unique that we can offer the live removals and then also use pest control techniques that are going to not put any pesticide on the flowers, so we're protecting our pollinating bees and other species that help with our ecosystem.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Callie Swick.
If you or anyone you know are in need of a hive removal, visit info@homeandhive.com or call 972-439-6516.
Something else making a buzz is Hollywood. Stay tuned. Talent Talk is up next.
Prosper Choir made history at UIL this year, taking a record 6 groups to compete. All earned superior ratings on stage and 5 received sweepstakes trophies. It was also the first time in PISD history that a varsity tenor bass choir earned sweepstakes. Congrats to our PHS choir.
From the desert to the theaters,
Maddie Kep is in studio with all the new drops and releases.
Thanks, Bradston. Starting off in the music world, after 4 years, Lorde is finally making her way back into the music world. Teasing her new song, What Was That?, the Grammy-winning singer teased her upcoming song on Instagram, with people using the audio all over TikTok. This track marks her first new music in years, so you know it's going to be worth the wait. Get ready for that signature Lorde vibe mixed with something fresh. She has yet to drop a release date, but we're all eagerly waiting to see if she can top the magic of melodrama. Moving into the desert, this year's Coachella was all about Lady Gaga. Rolling Stone said she was making the desert, quote, into a gothic opera house. She delivered a 4-act spectacular telling the story of mayhem. Over 2 hours, she explored the duality of light and dark through theatrical performances and some insane costumes that had the crowd going crazy. She even brought back some old hits like Bloody Mary, Judas, and Poker Face. She rose from the afterlife, battled her inner demons, and honored her little monster for a once-in-a-lifetime performance. With fireworks and the message, monsters never die. Gaga closed the night as a feathered angel. Her set proved, once again, she is in a league of her own. Staying in the desert, some stars had great performances but faced some backlash. Benson Boone brought out Brian May, the legendary lead guitarist from Queen, but none of the fans seemed to notice. When he went to TikTok to tell fans about this performance, fans took it the wrong way and gave him backlash. Stepping into the world of Marvel, the Fantastic Four has finally made its way back into orbit for the first time since 2015. They just released the preview just minutes ago. Take a look.
We will protect you.
The trailer gives us our first proper look at Reed's stretching powers, how they will look in the film. Fans say it's goofy, but still more impressive than what most of the Thunderbolts are capable of. And when the Fantastic Four First Steps hits theaters on July 25th, it could be the thing that saves the world from being devoured. With all of the music to entertainment, I'd love to know what your thoughts are back at the desk.
Bryson, when I saw Lady Gaga's set from Coachella, it was like an entire Super Bowl halftime show production.
I mean, I saw some clips, but I'll admit I was a bit more focused on the Masters instead of Coachella this year.
And speaking of golf, the PGA is holding an exciting event. Imogen Perez is at the PGA in Frisco with more.
Thanks, Isabel. This Saturday, April 19th at the PGA, there will be the second annual Easter extravaganza benefiting the Make-A-Wish of North Texas. Stop by to see an array of Easter-themed activities for the whole family, including a petting zoo, carnival games, a balloon artist, and of course, an egg hunt. This seems like the perfect way to kick off the start of Easter, but what do you guys think? Back at the desk.
This is such a great event for a great cause.
If you want to donate to Make-A-Wish, you can find their website at wish.org.
And with the beautiful spring weather, Prosper FFA hosted their yearly plant sale last weekend. Riley McDermott grows the story of PHS's green event.
Thanks guys, here at the Prosper FFA plant sale, the students are doing more than selling plants. They're getting the opportunity to work and collaborate with each other and the community.
The coolest part is watching the students be independent in what they do. It's really neat to see the kids just take ownership of it and own it. Like, this is their sale, these are their products, it's directly benefiting them, so it's just neat.
That independence and ownership from the students helps to grow into teamwork and lasting friendships.
I would say the most rewarding part of working with this plant sale is definitely the teamwork and the bonds and the memories that come out of it. The little experiences like this throughout the year is what adds up and really makes the entire year special.
The profits that the students earn help to lower fees for trips. But for their teacher, the plant sale has a greater benefit than that.
One of the biggest things that my students have taught me over the past few years of being over the plant sale is it's okay not to be perfect. So a lot of the times I catch my students saying, it's okay, Miss Owens, it's all gonna work out. It doesn't have to be perfect, because no matter what, the people are gonna show up, they're gonna buy the plants, and they're gonna love the kids, love the plants, love the chapter, and that's all that matters.
From hands-on experience to heartfelt memories, the Prosper FFA plant sale blooms more than just flowers. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Riley McDermott.
Although the plant sale has already passed, you can check out their next plant sale next spring.
But don't worry, Floral is putting together centerpieces and an archway for prom.
Yes, the plants are always growing, but so are Prosper Sports.
Stay tuned, Game Time is up next.
So was football ever in your mind as this is what I want to do? I want to go varsity. You know, I want to take this the next step.
Ever since I stepped on that field in 7th grade, that was my goal, and I knew I was going to achieve it. I've always been a football player. I mean, since day one, my first birthday cake was a football. Football was kind of just embedded into me.
I want to kind of segment over into the last little part of the season.
But it's crazy how much you can tune it out.
To the end zone, and it is intercepted, and the Cowboys will advance.
Prosper Sports are on fire.
Landon Hanasana is in studio with this week's Game Time.
Thanks, Isabel. Swinging into this week's Game Time, your Lady Eagle golf team competed in the regional tournament, placing second, which will allow them to move on to state. Huge congratulations to our Lady Eagles, and good luck at state. From swinging a club to a racket, your boys and girls tennis teams are currently competing against the Frisco Heritage Coyotes. Once these results are available, I will key you guys in. Going from the court to the field, your Lady Eagles softball team have been on a streak as of late, starting off with playing against the Allen Eagles at home last Friday, scoring both of their runs in the 6th inning, winning 2-1. Just this Tuesday, the Lady Eagles had a dominant victory over the Princeton Panthers with a score of 10-2 and scoring a ridiculous 7 runs in the last inning of the game. With these win, your Lady Eagles will clinch being district champions, so a huge congratulations to them is due, but their regular season isn't over just yet, as they will play against the Plano West Wolves for the last game of the regular season here at home at 7:15. So make sure to show up and support your Lady Eagles. Switching from softball to baseball, your Eagles took the Allen Eagles last Friday, Saturday, and losing both games 1-6 and 3-6. Then your Eagles played against the Princeton Panthers and had a shutout victory, winning 6-0 with senior Hank Rizzo, pitching 6 innings with 17 strikeouts and no hits allowed. The Eagles will take on the Panthers once again at Princeton at 7:30, so make sure to show support to our Eagle baseball team. Running from the track to the field, from your Eagles competed in the UIL area championship, with some school records being broken, the boys 4x1 and 4x2, along with the girls 4x4 meter relay being broken. This is an accomplishment to these runners, so big shout out to them. And it doesn't end just there, because many of the Eagles will be competing in the regional championship happening tomorrow at UT Arlington, so huge praise to these athletes for making it to regionals, and make sure to give them your support. One JV team is working their way to the top. Christina Krasanova sees how this team swings.
Prosper's JV girls softball has been working hard at every game of their season, and that work has been paying off.
Every game, it has been great. Like, everyone's hitting, everyone's fielding.
There's been many changes since last year, but this hasn't stopped the girls' drive. They've swung into a current score of 21-0, an undefeated streak.
This being my first year at Prosper and our JV squad being undefeated right now, it's great, and it's just a testament to how hard these girls come work day in and day out, doing everything that we ask of them as coaches, and then just supporting each other.
This score is something to be proud of, but the girls say that there's something even greater than that.
Having such a supportive team is like so comfortable to play around, because knowing that you could come back into the dugout with your friends supporting you no matter what, like you could strike out and I could come back and everybody's cheering as loud as they can. They're screaming, they're laughing.
This community that they've built is taking them to new heights, not just as players, but even as people.
They trust each other. There's that loyalty and that trust that they have amongst each other that just helps them know, like, sometimes what another player is thinking. If a teammate's having a rough day, they know it, and they know they can go up and encourage him and be positive to him, so maybe help that teammate turn their day around.
This team is now more focused than ever as they move into the last game of the season, with even greater things in store for the next. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Christina Krasnova.
There's so much heart on this team, and they've been dominating all season.
Yes, and tonight they will recognize all their seniors at the PHS softball field for senior night.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Thank you for letting us tell your stories. Once again, I'm Bradson Swick.
And I'm Isabel Molter. Have a great weekend, and go Eagles.
Eagles.